One day, someone you know just disappears from the internet. No dramatic goodbye post, no warning. They were existing in the digital world right alongside you, and then, suddenly, their profile is gone. When this happens, society tends to brush it off. People assume the person is taking a quick weekend digital detox or going through a temporary phase of being antisocial. Choosing to leave a digital life indicates a specific shift in how a person views their own time and attention. It signals that the internal friction of being online has finally outweighed the social cost of leaving. This exit is the final result of a silent psychological pressure cooker that has been building for a long time. To understand why someone actually vanishes, we have to look backward. We have to trace the accumulation of mental friction that started weeks or even years before they ever clicked delete. The first domino falls entirely within the body. Long before someone uninstalls an app, their nervous system starts sending warning signs: a sudden, unexplained drop in mood, a spike of unprompted anxiety, a deep restlessness in quiet moments. By making swiping unpredictable, platforms hijack the same neurological pathways as a slot machine, creating volatile dopamine spikes. As this speeds up, the brain is forced into compulsive checking, indistinguishable from addiction, even as the chemical reward flattens into nothing. Eventually, the user stops believing that the next scroll will finally provide relief from their underlying anxiety. The physiological overload hits a ceiling. The body registers the toxicity, well before the conscious mind can explain what is wrong. Once the nervous system is overwhelmed, the erosion moves to the user's sense of identity. Prolonged exposure to a feed begins to slowly curate the person consuming it. This diagram tracks a split in identity, the development of the performance self, a persona that grows in response to constant likes and metrics. Over time, this performing version entirely eclipses the private, authentic self that exists when no one is watching. This split violates a core human requirement, the need for autonomy. We have a biological drive to feel that our choices and inner lives belong to us alone. Social media is built to override that autonomy. Without consent, the algorithm dictates their attention and extracts the hours of their day. This loss of control extends deeply into the past. Platforms regularly surface old photos and past relationships without context or warning. For someone trying to heal, this weaponized nostalgia constantly reopens wounds, preventing them from closing. Between a hijacked identity and algorithmic reminders of the past, the user is stripped of authorship. They are forced into a passive role in a story designed by a machine. The breaking point usually looks like a small, mundane moment, a hollow notification, or a toxic comment section, or looking at a photo of yourself and realizing you don't recognize the person staring back. That final trigger makes the years of accumulated exhaustion and lost time suddenly visible. The weight of that damage becomes impossible to ignore in a single flash of clarity. In that moment, the conscious mind finally catches up to the radical survival decision the nervous system has already made. Logging off for good reveals a rare capacity for psychological honesty. This balance scale shows the reality they finally admit to themselves. Platforms sell a narrative of community, but the actual experience delivers comparison and anxiety. The cost heavily outweighs the promise. Permanent deletion is an emergency act of psychological triage, designed to stop the bleeding of their attention and save their remaining sense of self. Taking that step provides the ultimate reclamation of authorship over one's own life story. If you have vanished from these spaces, or if you feel the urge to do so, you are not broken. You aren't being dramatic. Your nervous system is functioning exactly the way it should. Ultimately, deleting a profile operates as a triumphant return to the real world, a life that doesn't require an algorithm to feel worth living.